On June 24, 2026, the 2 million residents of Caracas were going about their daily routines, entirely unaware of the immense geological pressure fracturing beneath the northern coast. A 7.2 magnitude earthquake hit Morón, sending violent waves toward the capital. Then, the ground briefly settled. For 39 seconds, the shaking stopped. That pause was shattered by a 7.5 magnitude earthquake slamming into weakened fault lines, radiating into the capital's foundations. Concrete groaned and glass shattered as the region buckled. Dust quickly choked the air, prompting the government to declare an immediate nationwide state of emergency. Single earthquakes of this size are destructive on their own, but experiencing 2 shocks over 7.0 in under a minute rapidly multiplied the kinetic energy tearing through the country's bedrock, guaranteeing widespread collapse. In the heart of Caracas, the physical toll became apparent instantly. Entire blocks of residential and commercial structures pancaked, sending debris spilling out onto major thoroughfares. This diagram shows exactly how sequential seismic waves destroy structures. The initial lateral force of the first quake fractures the main concrete support columns. Before the building can settle, a secondary overlapping force from the 7.5 shock pushes the compromised load-bearing walls past their structural limit, causing a total collapse. Thousands of residents fled out into the open streets to escape the falling debris, while an unknown number of people remained pinned underneath the concrete rubble. The destruction tore through the earth, heavily damaging subterranean transit lines. Sections of the underground rail network were paralyzed, entirely halting movement beneath the city. Above ground, inspectors found severe structural damage to the main international airport, forcing a complete halt to all incoming and outgoing flights. The sequence of the tremors broke the city's structural framing, while simultaneously cutting off the transportation routes required to bring heavy rescue equipment from the outside. Even as emergency responders mobilized, the disaster continued to evolve into a highly volatile situation. This scatterplot charts the seismic activity in the hours immediately following the main event. It shows more than 20 distinct aftershocks, each carrying enough force to restrike the area. These secondary tremors actively shift the millions of tons of settled debris. A building left leaning by the main quakes can easily be toppled by a minor aftershock. First responders and rescue units are forced to navigate these dark, claustrophobic voids, crawling through twisted rebar and shattered concrete that could cave in. The ground remains violently active. Every hour spent searching the ruins is a direct race against an unstable geological fault that hasn't finished settling. Right now, thousands of local emergency personnel are deployed across Caracas and the surrounding coastal towns, manually digging through the wreckage. Widespread communication blackouts and the sheer scale of the urban destruction have made it impossible for the government to accurately tally the dead or injured. When local authorities are blinded by infrastructure collapse, groups like the United States Geological Survey step in to project the likely outcomes based on historical and geographic data. Factoring in the intense 7.5 magnitude, the shallow depth of the rupture, and the extremely high population density of Caracas, their initial risk models warn that the final casualty count is expected to be extraordinarily high. Yet on the ground, statistics take a backseat to the immediate reality of the rescue effort. Teams are working in rolling shifts, listening for signs of life and refusing to halt the search. 39 seconds of concentrated seismic violence have plunged the nation into a grueling recovery. As daylight breaks over the capital and the dust begins to clear, the immense human cost buried beneath the concrete is only just starting to be measured.